Hello, RAKStars. Happy Friday to you all. I think I have an echo over here. Hello, Jose. Can you mute a little bit to check if the
Yeah.
echo removed? Okay. Hello. Yeah. Now it's not the echo on my side. So welcome to our weekly session of Announce with RAKStars. For those who are joining for the first time, this is just a community space where we share with passionate members of our RAKStar community to talk about their projects, their hacks, and their other experiences in the IoT ecosystem. I am Maria Hernandez, Developer Relation Lead, and next to me, Jose Marcelino, our Solution Architect.
Hello, everyone. Yes.
Like every Friday. And well, in today's sessions, we have a special guest. We're going to be chatting with a loyal contributor to our RAKStar community. He's an engineer passionate about embedded system and the open source ecosystem, and someone who loves to share his knowledge about connectivity technology around IoT, such as LoRaWAN, Sigfox, Narrowband IoT, LTE, and he is currently working as a technical manager at Smile, which is a company that work on technology tech solutions using open source tools and services. So he is going to talk a little bit more about this. So Guillaume, welcome to our session.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the stage. We are super happy to have you over here.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here. Yeah.
Amazing. We are going to have many things to talk about today,
Yeah.
and also to present to our communities. So yeah, as every week, if all of those who are connected have any doubt or any question, feel free to leave it on the comment section, and we'll be jumping on it if it's appropriate during the session or at the end when we have a Q&A session. So just let's start. To start, let's just break the ice and get you know a little bit better. So can you share more about yourself, your background, as well as how you get into this world of the hardware?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Guillaume Paquet. I'm a French guy from the west part of France, and I am an electrician since about 13 years from now. And my first experience was on ASIC tests. So in semiconductors, I was a hardware designer, software developer, and so on. And it is during this experience that I started to work on electronics and so on. So during the 5 last years, I really started to work on IoT projects, and I really started to address LoRaWAN and all embedded aspects on this kind of projects, and it was really interesting to develop some drivers on modems and so on, and particularly on Zephyr.
Super nice. And which was like the first IoT technology that you use when you developed your first like IoT project?
Yeah, the first one was in LoRaWAN, as I said.
Nice.
Yeah, and at first in fact, I entered in the IoT team in my company as a RF referent. That is to say, to know how to integrate antennas, to tune at the good frequency. So I was really linked to the hardware team in my company, and I started to work on different softwares and different drivers, and really I created some drivers to address LoRaWAN connectivity to our projects, and it was really exciting because when you can see your packets on the network, it's really good.
Amazing. And when you mention like my company, this company is Smile.
No, it was my former one. Yeah, I was in another company called Stimeo, specialized in IoT too. So they always developed some devices and products on LoRaWAN, especially LTE-M and so on. And they based their SDK on Zephyr, and that is why I contributed to this RTOS. Yeah.
Amazing. And can you share more like about like the project itself that you have done like within your company, like relevant use cases or the
Yeah, of course.
you
Yeah.
already mentioned architecture, but if you can be
Yeah.
more that will be awesome.
Yeah, I think I can share a really relevant one. And the first one, of course, it was in LoRaWAN technology, of course. And we embed all the projects in a train. So we have gateways and nodes in a train, and we have to make it work when the train is away, and it is a really big experience, and there are some tricky things to parameter, that is to say spreading factor, bandwidth, to repeat frames and so on. So we have to tune to find the good parameters, and to be able to communicate in the train without as many as possible errors and loss during packet transmission. So it was really interesting. Yeah.
Super nice. That sounds very interesting. And regarding the company that you are currently working on, which is Smile, you are working as a technical manager, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Technical manager is a project manager, in fact.
Okay.
And I also have another activity, which is a connectivity expert, to address customer needs and to help them regarding their needs, to find what technology fits their needs, and what we have to put in their product to be in line with their needs. And for example, what we have this last month, it is an expertise on LTE-M, and it is really interesting to address deep indoor activities, and to know how to parameter all the devices, and to address it for our customer. Yeah.
Nice. And like as you mentioned, like you are the one behind that deal with the needs of the clients in order to recommend like the most appropriate architecture, right?
Yeah.
So just like you are like a connectivity expert, you know about LoRaWAN, Sigfox,
Yeah.
and LTE. I know that there are like many parameters that needs to be evaluated to choose any of these connectivity type for any IoT project. But it is possible for you to give us like, I don't know, let's say 3 main points for each connectivity that are like relevant for an use case.
Yeah, what I could the first one is the customer need. What you need, in fact, what you really need. Don't look at the market in order to try to find something that can fit, or it's not a good way to know what you have to put on to deploy. But when you saw your need, you look after it, you can really pick the data rate, data volumetry, in order to know what do you need. If you have some tricky environments, and some as I mentioned before, deep indoor is really tricky for radio communication. So you have to have the good connectivity in order to address this. And for me, a good and a really big aspect to know is, do you need FOTA? So for me, it's really important to be able to have FOTA on your devices, because when your product is deployed, it is really difficult to change something if you cannot upgrade them. Yeah.
But yeah, you can do like photo over BLE, for example. Like you can have a mixed device, right?
Yeah. For example, what we have particularly when we talk with customer is about LoRaWAN, because as you know, LoRaWAN, FOTA on LoRaWAN, it is really difficult. So you have to make a mix of technologies. For example, it is a good way to address it with BLE. It's possible to make it, but you have to focus on your environment and what is possible to do, how it is possible to embed it on your device, on your product, and what cost you would like to address on your product. And you have to think about the global system. Yeah.
Completely. And Jose, were you want to
Sorry.
mention something?
No, sorry. You can.
Okay, no problem. So you're also like an active contributor like to the Zephyr project.
Yeah.
So can you share more about like this project and about its community?
Yeah, Zephyr is an RTOS, as you know. So what is really interesting in this approach is to have a quick OS in hand in order to deploy your product and your architecture really quickly. So you have many libraries like LoRaWAN, you have UDP, Socket, TCP, LWM2M. You have many drivers, like for example, if we address modem, we have Quaketel modems, uBlocks modems. We have many things. So it is really easy to take a board, to embed our OS, and to make a quick application and to deploy it massively. And it is really easy to take this in hand. Yeah. So I can add that there are many contributors. We have Slack channels and mail channels. The community is really reactive. So when you ask a question, you have the answer really quickly in the same hour. So it's really nice to work on this RTOS. Yeah.
Super. And like, well, you, for all the things that you have mentioned, we can highlight that is one of the reasons we should use Zephyr for embedded development. Like, I would like to handle here like a comparison table of why we should use it.
Why we choose Zephyr compared to Freertos, for example?
Yeah.
So the approach is not the same. It is really interesting. It is a really interesting question. Yeah, of course. So as I talked before, when you have a look at your project, the global project. For example, if you have to address Nordic and Bluetooth topics, you should go to Zephyr, because the Bluetooth stack is embedded in Zephyr and is supported through Zephyr. So this is a good approach. For example, if you have another approach, in order to work with AWS, for example, because FreeRTOS is handled by Amazon, so it is not the same ecosystem. and FreeRTOS is really really fit to this ecosystem. So you have many things to look at before make your choose, because there are some libraries in Zephyr whereas they are not in FreeRTOS, and it is you have to address the complete one. But from my point of view, FreeRTOS and Zephyr are the same, in fact. So we have the same capacities, in fact. So it is just in order to know what is the best for your project. Yeah.
I think Jose want to add something over here.
No, I mean, it's an interesting question. I guess it also depends on what developers you have available, right? What kind of what's on the market right now, and who can you get?
Yeah, and the sensibility to developers to it's really
it's kind of it's difficult to say. It's a strategic move, but I agree that like for Bluetooth and the Nordic is heavily involved in Zephyr, right? So
of course,
Nordic,
if you develop on Nordic devices, it is heretic to go to FreeRTOS because everything is supported through Zephyr. So it is really quick to deploy an application on Zephyr if you use Nordic devices, and that is why I use this rack board on Zephyr.
Now that you mentioned that, what are the contributions that you have made so far to the Zephyr project?
Yeah, the main contribution I did is on rack boards, to be honest. I contributed to add a rack 5010, so LTE NB-IoT board on Zephyr, and rack 4631, a new one on Zephyr. It is working now. And I also fixed some drivers, as I said previously, on Quaketel modems and SARA and so on. So I have not made big contribution, but I'm still aware about it and adding boards which are really interesting to add, and that's why.
Super nice. So first, thanks for adding our boards.
Yeah,
thank you.
Contribution.
How do you feel the Dolores stack is working in Zephyr? Because a lot of people ask this question, right?
As I said to Maya, for the moment, I have some difficulties to address the board, the lower one on this board. It is working on other boards, I know, but I have to address this really soon, maybe next week. What I know is LoRa is working, but LoRaWAN is not working yet on the board I added on Zephyr. But I know that, for example, the STM32 is working on it. The reference design based on Murata modem is working on Zephyr. So it is quite new in Zephyr. So it takes time, and it's normal. It's a normal way to have a big. It is a big contribution to add this big stack in Zephyr. So
correct.
It is normal to. It took many time.
Yeah, it's not a simple protocol with all the timing involved.
Because of Rick's window and so on. You have some things quite tricky about time.
Correct.
Nice.
Mentioned that you implemented Quaketel as well. How do you feel it's working on the Quaketel side? Is it working nice on the cellular side?
It's really good. And what we what we have in Zephyr, it is the fact that it is working on BG95 and BG96, and we have the same driver for the both. What the target to do is to develop many drivers. For the moment, I have not other drivers from this manufacturer, but this is really working really fine on Quectel driver, and the board was working. Not right now, but she was working on LTM, and for your information, I made it work on LWM2M with Latian server, for example, hosted on AWS, and MQTT protocol with Mosquito. It is working quite fine. Yeah. What we didn't address, and what I am really interested in, it is PSM and IDRX power saving modes to address in the driver. It is not done yet, and it's quite tricky to
well, again, it's got the timings and so on. Got to be right.
But the basis is here, and you can make it work without any problems.
Nice.
And
what about, like, let's talk about LoRa and LoRaWAN deployment itself. Either you say Zephyr or no, but what suggestions can you give to those who want to start an IoT solutions under LP1? Like, what can you share from your own experience to start? Like, let's say a person who is going to make their first IoT project.
The first one is LoRaWAN. If you have secure data, do not use LoRaWAN, because you can lose data. It is the basis of the protocol. So it is an LoRa protocol, and I have many customers who want 100% of data transmission, and it is not possible to ensure this. So for me, it is the first assumption in LoRaWAN. And when you have this in mind, you can target to have a really good yield on data transmission. For example, in the train, as I mentioned before, we had 95% of data transmission, and it is really a good performance, because there is a Doppler effect in the train, and it is really difficult to be against phasic. And what you have in mind, it is also the environment, and what you want to do with this one. That is to say, if you want to use LoRaWAN, you have to how to say it. You have to learn about all the ecosystem, all the environment, and to make the good parameters, because LoRaWAN is not a matter of spreading factor 12, because you have the better coverage, and you are pretty sure to have your data. No, if you always work with spreading factor 12, you kill LoRa, because you are always on the band, and it is not what we target to do in LoRaWAN ecosystem. So be sure that if you have many improvement to do on your LoRaWAN protocol parameters, you will save energy, you will save cost, and so on. And what you have to think, it is about, do I have to use a public network, or do I have to use a private one, local one? and it is really really important. Maybe a mix of the two ecosystem. It is possible. You can do many things, and I think it is as I mentioned before. You need what you have to think about your global project. Yeah.
Completely. And what about like the tools that you use? Like you are like you work with different type of connectivities, and I suppose that you have like very different tools to use. But what are like those main ones that you use in the hardware and as well in the software environment?
In hardware, spectrum analyzer, vectorial analyzer. Yeah. I have many tools to address, because when you would like to show the occupancy of on the band, and it is interesting to notice it. But you have simple tools. For example, you can use gateways, small gateways with a software tool name called packet sniffer. I don't remember the exact name, but you can sniff all the packets you have in your environment, and to know if you have collisions, to know your sensitivity, and to know many things. So yeah, I think a gateway can help you to set up your best parameters to your LoRa network. And software environment, I used to play with VS Code, because it is really very interesting to parameter some plugins to help us for the debug and so on. So, and you have to use your scope, your multimeter, and it is quite interesting and exciting to put your probe sensor on the board, and to show a voltage drop, or I don't know what exactly, but you have many things to use. Feel free to use whatever you want.
Nice. I can have a comment, just a comment over here, which is toys for grown-ups. Haha, can't wait to get my nano.
Yeah, for your information, you have a really good low-cost VNA. I used some of them. I tried to make one by myself with an SDR board. It was a bit difficult, and I assume some manufacturers are better than me to do this. So
nice.
I used some low-cost VNA, and really they have good performances, and really have a look on the net. There are many references to address for this kind of need. Yeah.
Super nice. And well, you already have like the experience working with. You mentioned that you have the experience working with two of our node devices, which is the Wiz Trio and the wizblock.
Yeah.
But I would like to know how you hear about RAKwireless, and where did you start? When did you start tinkering with our products, and also which other product have you had the experience to test?
Yeah. It's really funny, because I look after a gateway, a low-cost gateway, to have one in my home, because I use the Multitech, Techtelic, Kerlink, and so on, but it is really too expensive for me. And what I'd like to do also is to change the software, to tune some parameters in the gateways, and from my point of view, it is not really. It is possible with the gateways I mentioned before, but it is not really done for this. So I looked on the net and I found a RAKwireless, the RAK 2246G. If I am, yeah, it is the good reference, yeah. So I bought this and it works perfectly in my home. And as I said to you, Maria, I already put it on the AWS IoT Core for LoRaWAN, and it works perfectly. And I am really happy to play with it, because for me it's a game, yeah, to to use your products. And we talked together in a TTN conference, and we started to talk about all the other products, and it is really interesting to discuss about your products. Yeah.
Amazing. And as a hardware developer, and I would like to know your thought about the wizblock architecture.
From my point of view, your products are really good because it is like a Lego. So you can make your product and a real product in a casing, and you can develop on Zephyr, on the embedded OS, Zephyr or free RTOS. But it is really possible to make a real product and to show it to a customer. Mm-hmm. So this is a really good approach, and we are at the yes, it is an industrialized product to address and to show to our customer, and this approach is really interesting, and it is quite matured, quite serious, yeah. Because when you show this to our customer, when you show a demo board from another company, yeah, it is working, but it is not a product, and you have to build it in a box, and it is when you open the box, oh. What is it in your box?
All the wires.
It is not a product. There are many wires.
Glued battery. Yeah.
So it is a good first step to address customer needs and to show them a real product. Yeah, that's why I really enjoy to work and play with your products. Yeah.
Amazing. And do you have plans to implement it in any of further projects, like within your own side of your company?
Yeah. I started to address a need in railway too. We plan to develop a LTE-M product, and with 4020 interface, milliamperes interface. Sorry. So we have all in hands to make our products, and it is really good, and we will start to develop this on the software side, and with the wizblock kit, I have all in hands to address our customer needs. So that's really good.
Super nice. And just a last question about RAK.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is any device that is missing in our supported devices list, and you would love to have it in our list?
Yeah. There is one. I already talked with you about this during TTN conference. It is on LoRa to 2.4 gigahertz. Yeah, because we have for your information, we have many customer needs on LoRaWAN, and we faced roaming and certification issues because when you switch on another country, it is difficult to have the same hardware and so on. So to address this kind of need, LoRa 2.4 could be really nice for us. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Do you know? Yeah, we don't talk much about LoRa 2.4 in here because we don't have any products yet.
Yeah.
Do you see any? What gateways are you planning to use for that application, or how do you plan to do the cloud side and etc.?
For the moment, we plan to use a gateway from IMST because they are on the market and they are well established on the market. Yes. But what is really interesting for us is also the fact that TTN developed all the stack on LoRaWAN on this, and it is really an enabler for deploying it, and we can. It is this one, and it is we have many needs because we see that, now that LoRaWAN is really driven by private networks and not public anymore. In LoRa 2.4, it's really perfect. Yeah.
Okay. But you have Bluetooth BLE long range, right? So isn't that?
Yeah. You have this feature from now. Yeah, but when you talk with manufacturer who already try to make this working, it is not really working.
The range is inflated.
Yeah. At this time, it is not really mature. There are many works to do. Okay. But I think it could be in the future. It could be a good way, to address this kind of needs. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of competing things. Like Expressive has their own Wi-Fi long range as well. So there's a lot of competition on 2.4.
Oh, I don't like the word competition. For me, all the networks and all
cooperation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Fine. Well, at the end of the day, it is.
Okay. So we have a time to present a demo from your side. So this up is for you. So if you want, just press the share button and I can put your screen on the stage.
Yeah, I will share my screen. Maybe I can. First of all, I am really sorry because I'd like to make a quick demo on LTE-M and MQTT publisher on Zephyr, but my board is broken. I don't know why. I used this board.
Oh dear. Okay.
And today
this board doesn't work.
Yeah.
Those are the side effects of live demo.
So I have another one based on the RAK 4631. I could make a quick demo on LoRa send packets in order to introduce you how to make it work on Zephyr.
How to get it started.
Yeah. So maybe I can share this.
We have a comment over here that I want to share, which is didn't try the demo.
Yes.
Okay.
So
at your screen over here.
Yeah. Just to introduce Zephyr ecosystem, because to show you that it is really easy to start with Zephyr. So
I've removed screen. Okay, here we have it.
So just to to have a quick link to the getting started, you can see all you have to set up to install Zephyr. So you just have some small packages to install. So these ones, and you will use a specific tool to Zephyr called West. It is a package manager in Zephyr, and it is quite good to, it is the good link, and you can, as you can see, with small steps, and I won't show you all these steps on my terminal, because we don't have time, I think. So you can do it in 30 minutes. You can have your first application loaded on your board. So have a look on this. And when you will have this, so I can share my terminal. So I used this board, as you saw, So with Sega connected to it, I had a breaking board to to have an interconnection between the rack board and the Sega. So that is why we have this big one. So it is just this to set up, and what you have to do is to build what you want. So you have to build by West. So on this board, so this board is the LoRaWAN 1, and I will build sample drivers LoRaSend. So nothing to do because I already did it. I will remove my build directory and I will do it again. So as you will see, it is really quick to build an example that is already done. And
you need this kind of clip for the JTAG.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It should be better for me. And you have to flash on your board. So as you can see, it is really quick to build and to run on a board. And
sorry, can you please increase the font size?
Sorry?
Can you increase the font size, maximize the font size?
Yeah, I will try it. No. Oh no, I have not the tool here, and I'm not really sure that I can do this really quickly.
Okay.
Maybe I can quit. No, it is not better.
I can see it fine on my side, but not sure if we have like some issue on the transmission.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will try to make it.
And if you press Control Plus, maybe.
Yeah. No.
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 Okay.
No, okay. It is not working now. Sorry. So I connect to the board. As I mentioned previously, it is all is handled by G-Link tools. So you have to set up and to install the Sega drivers and so on. And you are connected to an RF 52 device, because it is embedded in the board with SWD interface, and the frequency to address the default one is perfect. And I will see that it is already running. So I will stop. Okay. And go again. So you can see that Zephyr boot, and you have some packets that are sent from the board. So it is running, and it is really good to start and to go to sniff, for example, on a gateway, and to show all the packets are sent from your device. You also have another sample if you have another one in hand. So it is not my case, so I can try this. You have another sample which is received, and you can make a sort of ping pong between the two boards, and it is really amazing to see that your boards are talking together.
Nice.
So as you can see, it is working on Zephyr. I just added the board in a pull request. So all I have added to Zephyr is here. So as you can see, there are some lines, some description, and so on. And the board description is here because it is handled by Linux Foundation. So we are based on a DTS file, and all the board description is in this DTS file. So as you can see, I have my LEDs declarations, some aliases to know that LED 0 is a blue one, LoRa is a LoRa addressed to SPI. The UART interfaces, I2C, and SPI that handle SX 1262 devices in the device. So it is really easy to configure and to start with Zephyr. So from now you have this board which is in Zephyr, and you have the other one which is the RAK 5010, as I said. So it is here, and you can make it work on LTE-M, so MQTT and LWM2M. So for these connectivities, it is working really good. It is not really the case for LoRaWAN because you have only LoRa for the moment, but for the other board, all is working from now. So it is here. Yeah, you have the board description, and as I previously mentioned, you have the DTS file, which is already described, and the Quectel is here with power pins, reset pins, DTR pins, and so on.
Yeah, actually, like the information from those pull requests are the links that I just shared on the comments, right?
Yeah.
That is the pull documentation. Super nice.
So what I would like to do from now, it is making it works on LoRaWAN, and make a quick getting started on RAK boards and the RAK gateways in order to show what is possible with Zephyr and your products, and to be sure that it is all the ecosystem is working well.
Super nice. I am super happy to see this, and also to connect all of those who are working like as well in this project, because I know that they are joining forces to make this happen. So it's pretty cool.
And for your information, just to add something, when I make it works on the RAK 5010. As I mentioned before, you just have to mount a small EC2 instance on AWS to address it, and to have Mosquito broker on your instance, or Leshan server, which is also an open source server for LWM2M, which is very interesting for quick demo, and it is really working really perfectly on this.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that as well. Very useful thing to highlight over here.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think we can jump right now to a Q&A session, or do you have something else to show?
No, I think it is okay. So sorry for the bad demo.
No. So we have, let me put it over here. This is not working for some reason. Okay. No. StreamYard is winning to me. Okay. So we have one question over here. Could we have a recommendation to the low-cost VNA that you recommend, Guillaume? Lots of cheap knocks off out there. I commend you for attempting to make one yourself.
No, I have a reference if I can share it. It is from Megic manufacturer, MEGIQ, and it is really a good VNA, and I did all my antenna adaptation on this tool, and all these antennas are working perfectly from now. So you can do this with a small cost with this. Really, it's super cool. Yeah.
Nice. We have like some comments over here. People got in Helium developer kits to play around, so they are over here learning how to get started with Zephyr. How is the power management on Zephyr?
The power management is quite good, and is well managed through devices, and you can switch off regulators and so on. All is managed through Zephyr, so there is no. For your information, I achieved to have a consumption of 1 microamperes on a device, on a Nordic device. So you can have a really good performances in terms of energy on this RTOS.
Nice. There's a comment that made me laugh, and it's like, at least Maria, you stay connected during the session. In the last previous session, I had internet connectivity. So bad, sorry guys, but I already fixed that. So yeah, those are comments. Thanks, everything is good, amazing. Well, I think I have like a last question, like as well on my side. If anyone who is connected have another question, feel free to leave it in the comment section. But for now, I'm going to jump on one from my side, and it is that if you have a message to our community of entrepreneurs, makers, and engineers, what would it be?
Feel free to use RAK boards because it is really cool.
Thank you.
when it works.
Oh, the wizblock always works. The wizblock always works. I do have a question. Like you mentioned, lightweight M2M, right? Which client did you mention? I couldn't find it.
Sorry, I didn't.
Can you spell it? Can you spell the client again? The server actually.
The server Leshan, Leshan.
Okay.
It is a reference in open source server for LWM2M because this ecosystem is quite difficult to have something open source, and we have many French companies which have really good solutions, and they are hosted in AWS for your information. And but the open source ecosystem is quite difficult on this protocol. Yeah.
True. Maybe what kind of advantages do you see compared to MQTT, for example?
It is a standard. It is a standard, and it is really you don't have to think about how the rules you will make in your topics and so on. All it is defined in the specification. and you have nothing else to think about. And another point is about photo management, because everything is handled by LWM2M server, and it is really a good approach for a big ecosystem to manage, and big and multiple devices to address and to have in hand. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. We'll certainly have a better look at this, I think.
Yeah, and another point is in terms of energy, because it is based on a UDP protocol.
Right.
So that is why. And to complete it, LWM2M will be available over MQTT on the next OMA specification. So you
got it.
It is a way to have a standard on MQTT protocol. Yeah.
Got it. So you keep the profiles and everything, but you use MQTT as the transport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you.
Nice. We have a last question just to close over here. We have 4 minutes more. Being new to the sensor development world, what is something that you wish you knew when you first started?
What is something that you wish you knew? Oh.
There is something important to highlight over here, and is that you have the things easier because you are using a wizblock board.
It's harder to because there are a big ecosystem of sensors, and what you have to what you have in mind is I repeat again, your need, and what you would like to catch in order to valorize your data, and to be aware of the communities, and to learn. To learn from other people. It is, I think, it is the best advice I can share with you people. It is be aware and learn about what other can. I think it is the best advice I can tell for today.
Yeah, and this ecosystem, you don't learn everything from books. I mean, you have to talk to other people to get the real truth, usually.
And
get your hands dirty.
Get your hands dirty.
Of course. And don't stay at your office. You have many things to learn in the world, and with other people. It is very interesting to discuss with other people.
No, super nice. Thanks for sharing that, and also thanks for taking the time to stay with us during this hour session to share your story, your contributions, as well more about the Zephyr project. It's super cool. I'll really look forward to that guide that you mentioned that you would like to share in the near future. And thanks so much for being here. I really enjoyed this session. Sadly, we didn't have the RAK 5010 demo, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have something later. We have many things to share around, so no problem at all.
Many thanks for this session. I really enjoy to participate and to share what I could do in my office and in my home too. So it is really really exciting to share it with you.
Super nice.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And also for all of those who connect, as always, thanks for share with us and for ask questions, and for all of those who stayed during the entire session. I think that was all for today. If someone is watching this video later and have any question or any doubt, you can leave your comments, leave your doubts in the comment section, and we can jump on that later. So we hope to see you next week, and happy hacking, folks. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.